We all know the game Fortnite, but do we all know the best weapon in Fortnite? Some would argue the RPG is the best explosive, some would argue the pump is the best shotgun, but what is the best assault rifle? Today you and me are going to be diving in to see what's the best AR to choose from. So let's start by using this homemade chart I made for these three weapons: the M16, the Scar, and the Burst. The background color behind each weapon is the rarity of the gun, blue being rare, gold is legendary. There isn't anything in these boxes yet, but we're going to fill them in with stats of each weapon. For instance, we'll start with how much damage each bullet inflicts its target. The M16 does around 33 damage per shot, the Scar does 36, and the Burst hits for 30. So right off the beginning, the Burst is already losing to the Scar by 6 damage a bullet. But we have to keep in mind the Burst shoots 3 bullets at a time, where the Scar is semi-automatic. So if you're an accurate player, you can happen to land all 3 shots and do 90 damage to your opponent. From a distance, this is nearly impossible because of bloom, but close to medium range, it's entirely possible. But these stats are only counting for damaging players' health and not their shield. So what if you come across a player with full shield? How much damage does each weapon deal to shields? Well, we'll begin with the M16, and that does around 28 damage per shot. The Scar does around 31, and the Burst does 44 per bullet. Like I said earlier, if you happen to land all 3 shots, you're taking away their full shield and some health in one burst. Now let's talk about structures, and if you want to shoot them down with your gun, the Burst probably isn't the best choice for you. The M16 does around 33 damage, the Scar does around 33 damage as well, but the Burst does 30. But J-Bank, what about the Burst shooting 3 bullets at a time, inflicting 90 damage to any structure? I mean, you can't miss a standing wall, right? Yes, but the fire rate on these weapons tells a different story. So if we look at the M16 and the Scar, they shoot the same speed at 5.5 rounds a second, where the Burst only shoots 4.06 rounds per second. So J-Bank, this would contradict anything you just said. This would make the DPS lower on the Burst. Yes, this would be true. The M16 does around 192.5 DPS, the Scar does around 234.5 DPS, and the Blue Burst does around 121.9 DPS. So J-Bank, why do you think the Blue Burst is the best AR in the game when it's 112.6 DPS lower than the Scar? Well, there's one more stat I need to mention, and that is headshot damage. So the M16 does 66 per headshot, the Scar does around 72 per headshot, and the Burst does 75 per headshot. This makes the Burst the strongest hitting gun for headshots. If you happen to sneak behind someone and shoot them with 1 burst in the head, it would do 225 damage in 1 shot. This is the only rifle where you can one-shot someone. Also, since the game is a lot about building, getting high ground, and it's also third person, a lot of people like the head glitch. So if someone's trying to head glitch you, you can just simply erase them, because the only thing you can shoot is their head. But keep this in mind, with all this being said, you really need to be an accurate and skilled player to use the Burst effectively. This may also come down to personal preference when using these weapons, because some people may hate the Burst, but some people may love it. But the next time you see a blue Burst on the ground, just think twice about leaving it behind. That's going to wrap up today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good rest of your day.